Hi, it's Claire from Cluesy. Thank you so much for joining in today and watching this video. I just wanted to quickly talk to you about the dangers of household chemicals and how many there are and how many we get exposed to and how they can have devastating effects on your health. So, we've all heard about garden chemicals that people are using. So, the insecticides and herbicides and things like that, and how they're causing diseases. There's big litigation cases going on in America, and I think there's been in Australia as well. But I'm just talking basic stuff like cleaning the toilet, the bathroom, your kitchen, down to what you brush your teeth with, the deodorants that you use. So for example, I had a client came in who had just one foot was really swollen, and it was bothering her. She couldn't wear shoes on that. It was getting worse and worse. She'd been to the doctors, she'd been to several doctors, she'd been to vein specialist clinics and things like that. She'd had injections put in her veins and things, but nothing was helping. So she came along to us and we just had to listen to her story and look at her foot. And it was very obvious that it wasn't a vein issue, because when there's issues with your veins, you get varicose veins, you get those little purple capillaries forming around where the body's trying to bypass and make new vessels, because it's so amazing that that's what it can do. There was no indication of any of that. So in my mind, I was thinking there was obviously a lymphatic drainage problem in that leg. So she kind of almost had like a lymphedema. Then I just listened to her story, and she told me that when she was in her 20s, she's now in her 50s, when she was in her 20s, she was a cleaner for a short time, and the lady that was in charge of them apparently was not a very nice lady, used very cheap and nasty chemicals, didn't provide them with gloves, they weren't told to wear gloves and things like that. And it got to the point where this lady's hands, the skin was all peeling off and they were basically disintegrating, so she had to stop cleaning. Now, who would have thought that those chemicals that she took in through her hands, because remember, your skin absorbs things, took in through her hands 30 years ago, was having an effect on her lymphatic system and her immune system today. So the liver does an amazing job at filtering and clearing out all this stuff that we take in. But you know what? It's like a sponge. It can only do so much. So if it's inundated with chemicals, heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, stress, bad food choices, alcohol, like, everything, it can't do its job properly, and then that affects the lymphatic system because it can't get through the liver and get through the filtration. So we had a chat to this lady, we treated her lymphatic system, and funnily enough, 2 days later we get a text message, her ankle is normal size. Now this lady had had this problem for 5 years, has been to everybody. Nobody looked at her lymphatic system, nobody thought to think of the chemicals that she was exposed to. Same thing, I have a lot of clients who are sheep farmers and get exposed to a lot of sheep drench, or kids that grew up on farms who fell in the sheep drench when they were kids, things like that. We wear wool which has been sheep drenched and things, and those people have a lot of issues with their lymphatic system. They get blood cancers and things like that, so it's super important. But even stepping it down a little bit, so bleaches, the bleaches that we use kill our cells like they kill the bugs and bacteria. The antibacterials, not only are you killing the bacteria that's in your house, which could be actually a helpful bacteria to help your immune system, you're actually killing your own bacteria. And there's lots and lots of stuff all over the media at the moment about how important your bacteria in your gut is for health, for your mental health, for your physical health, for everything. There's in the toothpaste, I know one brand in particular has an ingredient in their toothpaste called triclosan. Now, triclosan is a known neurotoxin, which means it affects your nervous system. It's toxic to the nervous system. It's actually banned in America, in North America, in all of North America, but it still exists in Australia, and it's in particular toothpastes. So I use an aloe vera based toothpaste that does not have the chemicals in it, and I reckon my teeth are pretty good. I go to the dentist every 6 months and she always tells me that my teeth are amazing. So you don't need to have these horrible chemicals in your toothpaste. Also in shampoos and soaps, there's something called sodium lauryl sulfate, something like that. It is also a very bad toxin for your body. So when you're looking for shampoos and body washes and things, you don't want the microbeads, you don't want the lauryl sulfate stuff. It's really toxic for your body. So what are some alternatives? Here I am telling you have to change your whole life. What are some alternatives? Well, as I said, there's an aloe vera based toothpaste that I use called Allodent. Our cleaner makes all of her own products. She uses a lot of bicarb and essential oils. She also uses vinegar, and I've been in healthcare for a long time, and we use vinegar in hospitals to kill certain bugs that pharmaceutical companies can't figure out. You know, you can use vinegar as a weed killer out in the garden. You might want to rethink having it on your fish and chips though, if it is that caustic. There's also, so instead of perfumes, I cannot stand perfumes. If you actually look at the ingredients on a perfume bottle, it's like, why would you want to spray that on you? It's like, I walk into the gym now, I've had to speak to the management at my gym, because I walk in there, you walk into the bathroom and it's just like, you can't breathe, there's like aerosol stuff everywhere, perfumes and stuff. It's such a toxic environment. So what can you use instead of perfumes? Essential oils. I use a particular one that's orange and clove, and cinnamon. It's lovely, and the amount of people give me a hug and they go, "Oh, you smell so lovely, I just want to eat you." Like, it was a bit weird at first, but I got used to it. But you can use different essential oils depending on what's going on. Because you've got to remember, if you're wearing all those perfumes and stuff, not only is it toxic for you, when you hug someone, it's become like, I hug someone who's wearing perfume and I'll smell like that person for the rest of the day. And it makes me blah, blah. So there's just little things like that that you can do for household chemicals. There's also a study that's just come out in Germany where they tested children's blood, and 98 to 100% of the children that they tested 2,500 children, they had this horrific levels of plastics in them. So that was from non-stick cookware and their toys and their clothing. So you've really got to be consciously aware of what you're doing. So instead of getting your kids some plastic toy, you can get wooden toys that haven't been treated, that haven't got toxic paints on them. Or you can make some stuff yourself, or if your kids are anything like some kids that I have been around, just give them the box. They're just as happy with the box as they are with the toy. So I hope that that's helped. If you have any questions, please shoot us a message, comment on this video, and we can certainly help you and give you some advice on where to get some of these products, how you can get them cheaper. Some of the health food shops that you'll go into, you will be surprised at what they are charging, but you can do it really cheap. Like bicarb, you can get a big thing of bicarb at supermarkets for $2. So give us a shout out if you want to know more. So thanks very much for watching. Here's to your health, and here's to becoming a little bit less chemically overloaded and loving your liver a little bit more. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.